James and the Great Escape from Toy Barn. Once upon a time, in a bustling toy barn filled with cheerful toys of every kind, there lived a brave cowboy doll named Woody. Woody's life was dedicated to helping others and spreading joy. His best friend was a daring space ranger named Buzz Lightyear, and they often went on exciting adventures together. Woody's favorite dessert was apple pie, and he loved to share it with his friends after a long day of play. However, their peaceful life was threatened by Woody's nemesis, the cunning Stinky Pete. One bright morning, a young boy named James, who was 5 years old and full of curiosity, visited the toy barn. He loved exploring and meeting new friends, and today he met Woody and Buzz. Instantly, a bond formed between them, and they knew they were about to embark on an unforgettable adventure. As they played together, a sense of excitement filled the air. However, the happiness was short-lived as Stinky Pete appeared, casting a dark shadow over the toy barn. Stinky Pete had a wicked plan to trap Woody and Buzz forever, ensuring they would never leave the barn. "We must escape before Stinky Pete catches us," Woody whispered to James. With determination in their hearts, they knew they had to work together to outsmart Stinky Pete and return to their home. James, Woody, and Buzz began to devise a clever plan. They knew that teamwork and trust were essential to their success. First, they needed to locate Stinky Pete's secret lair within the toy barn. The toy barn was vast, with towering shelves and countless hiding places. They carefully moved through the aisles, avoiding any suspicious eyes, and finally found a hidden door behind a stack of toy boxes. Inside, they discovered a map that revealed Stinky Pete's lair in the far corner of the barn. With the map in hand, they set off on their journey, facing various obstacles along the way. They had to cross a river of marbles, climb a mountain of Lego bricks, and sneak past a valley of sleeping teddy bears. Each challenge required their combined skills and ingenuity. When they finally reached Stinky Pete's lair, they were met with a maze of winding passages and traps. "Stay close and trust each other," Woody reminded them. They navigated the maze with caution, using their map and listening for any signs of danger. At last, they reached the heart of Stinky Pete's lair, where the villain himself awaited. "You won't escape this time, Woody," Stinky Pete sneered. But James, Woody, and Buzz stood their ground, ready to face the challenge. Using his quick thinking, James spotted a hidden lever that could deactivate Stinky Pete's traps. With teamwork, they managed to pull the lever, rendering the traps useless. Stinky Pete was furious, but the determined trio knew they had the upper hand. As they made their way out of the lair, they were met with one final challenge, a towering wall that seemed impossible to climb. "We can do this together," Buzz said confidently. With Woody's rope, Buzz's strength, and James's agility, they formed a human ladder, carefully climbing the wall and helping each other along the way. Finally, they emerged from the lair, victorious and unscathed. The toy barn erupted in cheers as their friends greeted them with joy and relief. They had proven that friendship, trust, and teamwork could overcome any obstacle. To celebrate their triumph, Woody, Buzz, and James enjoyed a delicious feast of apple pie, surrounded by their friends. As they laughed and shared stories, James realized the importance of working together and trusting one another. He knew that this adventure had taught him a valuable lesson that he would carry with him always. As the sun set over the toy barn, James bid his new friends farewell, knowing that they would always be there for him, just as he would always be there for them. He returned home, his heart filled with the warmth of friendship and the joy of their great escape. And so, James fell asleep that night, dreaming of new adventures with Woody, Buzz, and all his friends in the toy barn, knowing that together, they could conquer anything that came their way.
Created by a kid and their parent using Talebot, click the link in the video description to create your own story.